There's been so much going on in the world, and I'm not saying like political or anything like that, but just the universe, the energy that's been coming in. I mean, we just had a new moon and a partial eclipse together, and now we're having another one. I didn't even know there was going to be a second one. Like, I'm so out of the loop on that. Like, I'm very spiritual, obviously. I'm very open-minded to the accuracy of certain theories and what exactly is out there and how everything all works. But I will be honest, I haven't gone into astrology really. So like when it comes to the new moons and the eclipses and stuff, like I don't really know much behind it. But feeling the energy, like I don't even really need to know the science behind everything to know how powerful it is. I have been so out of sorts, like between these two full moons and eclipses. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I was starting a new routine and it went great. And then the first new moon came and all of the energy shifted. I ended up falling out of the routine. I mean, it's still something that I'm working towards, but everything is so bizarre for me right now. I don't know if you've been experiencing this as well, but it's like you see something so clearly and you map it out and you have the passion for it, you're excited for it, and then one day your energy just flips and like the motivation to do it is just gone. Like it's still something that you see in your future that you're going to achieve and you can feel that you're going to, but you're now clouded on how you're going to get there. It's like, what's my first step going to be? And I mean, of course, if you spend all the time thinking about it, then you're never actually going to start it. You just need to pick something and go with it. But even with picking one thing during this moment in our lives, it still doesn't work out because we don't have the energy for it, period. Like the energy is gone. It is just disappeared, gone. So you, like certain things that wouldn't tire you out so much are now taking all of your energy, and then you're finding it hard to fit all these extra things in and to change these certain things and exercise more maybe. Like if that's on your list, to exercise more, but you are so incredibly drained from this shift that you're going through, it is going to be so hard to keep that a steady pace. And it's so easy for us to view this as failing, or even if we are pushing through and we're going through the motions of everything, we kind of feel that imposter syndrome. It's like I'm doing this, but I'm not feeling it and I don't identify with it. Like this isn't, like I don't feel like this is me yet. And I just feel like an imposter. But if that energy and that motivation was there, you would step into that power wholeheartedly. And you would never even question whether it's meant for you or not. You just know that it is. So just know that this whole shift that we're going through, it is so incredibly powerful that you really have no control over how anything is playing out to a point. During this time, I'll take the routine for example, instead of trying to set a new routine right now and kind of forcing everything to get into like the steady flow, just take a step back and shift your focus onto the energy that's been going around. See how it's been affecting you. Take a step back from the day-to-day tasks, trying to set new routines and achieve new goals, and sit with this energy. And I'll tell you why. Welcome to the Radiant Sun. My name is Kendra. I'm a spiritual life coach and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to get to their ultimate success. And today, instead of talking about the steps to go through to get to that ultimate success, we are talking about the feelings that are going behind it. So when you have everything kind of planned out and you know exactly what you want to do, But then you come to a weird shift in energy and you don't have any of the motivation to do it. You just don't feel like yourself, and you don't know what's going on. It's hard to understand and figure out where this is coming from. But instead of focusing on what actions to take that you can measure, you can look at everything and measure where you've been. Instead, let's focus on the energy that you're feeling, that unexplainable feeling that is filling your body. Let's take a look at that. Just never mind everything else. Take a seat or lay down. And even if it's not your thing, just sit with the feeling. If you have a thought coming up, picture it as if it's a cloud and it keeps passing by. You can observe, you can see the thought, you can observe it, but when it goes by, let it go. Recognize a new thought that might come across, let it go. And if there are too many thoughts and you're getting lost in them, focus on your breathing. The in and out, all the sensations that come with it. When you breathe in through your nose, notice the cold air. Versus breathing out through your mouth, you have the warmer air. Slow down. When you slow your body down, you slow your mind down. And you can really start analyzing all of the emotions that have been coming up. You can gain the understanding and the clarity as to why it's coming up. So during this weird energy shift between the 2 full moons and eclipses, the energy that I've been receiving is energy letting me know to get ready. And I'm not sure if you relate to this too. If you do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and let me know what weird things have been going on for you lately. But it's just the knowing that there's something big coming and that it's happening now. And I knew last month I got a lot of messages coming through that something huge is happening in November. I feel as though it's going to be around early. I feel like it's a 2-parter. I think that in early November, between like the 1st and the 5th, like the first week, 1st, 7th, whatever, the first week of November, I feel like it's going to be a huge energy that may not feel like it's the best energy, might feel a little negative, but then the second part is the part that kind of balances that out. It's the yin to the yang. It's the positive, and that's the last week of November. That's what I'm getting anyways. Again, I'm not like a time traveler or anything, but this is just what I've been feeling in like my soul, in my gut. Something negative the beginning of the week, something positive the last of the week. But both things are going to be so huge. It's going to change the way that we view life. And I have heard that, and I say heard, I'm not saying from necessarily other people, it's more or less my spirit guides and what messages have been coming through directly to me, that the month of October is kind of the kickoff of the shift in consciousness and all of the energy. So now we've been preparing all year, maybe going through your spiritual awakening and, having a higher awareness to exactly what's going on around you and being able to live consciously and analyze the situations that you're dealing with, responding versus reacting, knowing the difference. And now in October, we're really starting to get ready for it. We're really starting to do more shadow work and really dig deep and get to the root of what we are feeling and why we are feeling it, why it's leaving us so lost. And I feel like it's because between October and November, the beginning of October, end of November, this is going to be a shift in your identity. This is going to be so huge that everything that you've been looking at on your to-do list, everything that you've been wanting to change in your life, it's going to happen, but in divine timing. I feel like we're having such a hard time because it's not the time. And I know with my Texas trip, I was saying the 3 tries rule. If you have to try so many times for something to work out and it doesn't, don't force it. Everything will happen in divine timing. And I believe that I'm not supposed to go to Texas so I can be home for this huge shift that is going to happen. I just feel as though it's something that I need to kind of be grounded with at home. And I can't really explain that either. It's just a gut feeling that I've been having. But even if you are superstitious and refer to all of this as woo-woo stuff, nothing that I can say will change that. But trust me when I say, when you feel it, when you feel this, you will know exactly what's going on. Exactly. Like, I've had days where I felt so clouded about what's been coming through, and then in 24 hours something just clicks. I'm like, oh my God, like everything from the last month that I've been dealing with now suddenly makes sense. It's the most bizarre thing in the world. And everyone that can feel it, I know you know what I'm talking about. This is a collective thing that is going on. And I have heard also that this full moon in particular is one to manifest with. This is going to be where you really paint the picture of where you envision yourself to be. This is where you're going to daydream about the future you, about where you want to be after completing all the steps you've been thinking about and trying to make work for so long. You're really going to paint the picture of the end result of all of that. Where do you truly want to be? What do you desire? Where do you want to end up after all this? Take the time to slow down. Try to let the thoughts pass by. Sit with the feelings and daydream. It's okay if it takes you a little bit. But just really make a movie in your head about it. Picture it as, I don't know if you have, like some people think with pictures and other people don't, but however works best for you, just try to really set the scene of where you're going to be. And it's not, I want to be this. It's not, I'm going to try to do this, because our words are very, very powerful. So if you say, I want this, want is you want something because you don't have it. So not having, it's coming from a place of lack, and you don't want it to be coming from that place. So instead of, I want this, it's, I'm going to, or I am. Just change the words, and it gives everything a whole different meaning. Even if you don't really notice it, subconsciously it is doing magnificent things. And if you resonate with this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Give it a quick share to anyone else that you think would benefit from this video. And just as a reminder, I do have open spots for my life coaching. I'll drop the link below to book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. I would love to talk to you and learn about your journey, and hopefully give you some more clarity by the end of the call. And just as a quick recap, stop trying to focus just for the time being on the to-dos, on the steps that you need to take to get to where you want to be and close that gap. Because the gap, the steps that we don't know, that's the main reason why we never start on any of these things that we've been dreaming about or been wanting to do. It's because we don't know how to get from point A to point B. So just right now, never mind the steps that it takes to get there. Take tonight as a time to slow down and just daydream about it. Really put the emotions there. Our life is built off of a very, very strong belief system. If you paint the picture and really allow yourself to be there, experiencing it already, feeling the feelings that you are going to feel when you get there. Our minds, they don't know the difference between whether we're there or not. Pretend that you are. Allow those feelings to come in. Believe that you're already there, and magical things will happen. I hope this video helps, and if you missed the full moon and the eclipse tonight, again, I don't know too much about the technical stuff behind it, but I do believe that the energy does linger for a bit. So if you're seeing this a day or two after, still take the time, slow down, and daydream. It will help you regardless of whether there's a full moon or not, but even with having lingering energy, I do believe that will be very, very powerful for you. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.